I keep hoping we'd work it out, but the pattern is all the same. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. Wife cheated, and it's my fault. Been married for 2 years. Wife was acting sneaky and constantly hiding her messages. I went online and checked my cell phone bill and saw a number I recognized. It was my brother's. He's a crackhead, unemployed, criminal, and had a kid who got taken by CPS. I went to her phone and she was telling him she loved him and she likes how he foo. And her ass. I woke her up and confronted her, and she was so nonchalant about it. I was going to therapy for severe anxiety, so my medication wasn't in tune and I went off the deep end. She called the cops on me for domestic violence. I don't remember laying a hand on her, and there were no marks or bruises. She got a restraining order against me and I had to move out of our marital home. We tried to work it out and she refused to continue to talk to him, stating he was her friend. And she would not uninstall WhatsApp, so I couldn't see the texts sent to him. I set up a date and I'm texting her, and am seeing her location in an unfamiliar area near my brother's place. No response. I cooked dinner and she finally responded that she was on her way. My mom calls me and tells me she's at her house and appears to be intoxicated, but she had not been drinking, but talking to my brother. I called her, no response. 2 hours later I call her and a cop answers and tells me she's been in an accident. I stayed up all night trying to figure out where she is and how I can help her. She got arrested for a DUI, which she doesn't remember, because my brother had been giving her some strong Xanax. She calls me all night from jail and I show up to get her, and my mom calls me and says she's at her house. I asked why she didn't call me or go to our home. She just looked at me. We went to go see her car and it's not drivable. She accused me of harassing her. She lost concentration and crashed. So her DUI is my fault. Right before my birthday, she disappeared for 3 days after she said she needed time to think. I was at my mom's house and she was like, someone picked up your brother in a new car. But I couldn't see who it was. It was her. She turns her phone off for 3 days, and they had a fuck fest and got high wherever they went. At this point, I leave to stay with my ex-wife and she agrees to let me sleep on her couch. Fast forward, and she completely ignores me for 7 months. No communication about the mortgage bills, nothing, so I stopped paying them. I see her and ask her if she's going to file for divorce. She said no. I got served the following week, dated a month ago. No more contact, but my phone rings, no caller ID over and over, and it's her crying, telling me she misses me and that she's in rehab. We agreed to meet up in a random hotel near the rehab place and we talk about making it work. She agrees and we're okay after I go back home. 2 days later, she sent me a long message saying it was too late. So I didn't talk to her for 2 weeks. She comes back again and says we're working it out. Another few days pass by and another, it's too late. We hadn't done anything but talk on the phone and see each other twice. At this point, she admits she was talking to another guy and sending him nudes for 2 months, all while still talking to my POS brother. November comes by and she says she needs time to work on herself and see if we can come together on terms for the divorce. We both work for an airline and she can see my schedule. I went to Hawaii and she messaged me asking me how I liked it. Ignoring it, I get a message saying she wants to see me. I agreed, and she had snacks and treats for me like she was trying to impress me. She asked for a kiss and I agreed. We messaged after we went our own ways, and then she texts me saying she's mad at me. I ask her to call me and I tell her I'm done. So she tells me the same, trying to act like she won. She hangs up and I got an email from my lawyer last night with her saying I've been harassing her and to leave her alone. Lol, she initiated every phone call and I have proof. I'm just so done with her. I can't wait for my divorce to be final. She's so insistent she's going to keep the house, which is on a COVID pause, and the amount due is $18,000 so far. Only option is to refinance or pay that amount. I'm not going to let her refinance, and I don't want the house. I just don't think if you cheat, you should get a prize. I'm okay if it goes into foreclosure. As of last month, she stated she wasn't seeing my brother, but went on dates and probably had sex with the other guy. Whoosh. Just needed to get this off my chest. I don't talk to my brother and avoid my family to ignore their criticism and ridicule. Here is the second story. My daughter got a birthday gift that changed our family. My wife and I were married for 21 years. I figured it was one of those miracle marriages because we barely argued, seemed I always be the best of friends, etc. Well, our 15-year-old daughter received a 23 and me thing for her birthday from a friend. And of course, it said we weren't related. She had me do a swab as well as her mother and her 14-year-old brother. Only her brother and I seemed to be related. So I did a paternity test afterwards, and lo and behold, she wasn't my fucking child. My ex-wife cried and pleaded for me to hear her out, but I just went numb to her. It would be one thing to cheat, but to find out the light of my life isn't even related to me killed me. Don't get me wrong, I love my daughter with all of my heart. She's still my daughter no matter what. But what's scaring me most is my seemingly vindictive desires. I've never been like this, and I know it's out of anger, but I want her to suffer so bad. The kids absolutely hate her, which on one end helps that desire, but I know that deep down, she is still her mother, and I don't really want them to hate her. Her parents and siblings all are mortified at her. Her sister hasn't spoken to her in a couple months. We all grew up together, so it hit hard for everyone. Again, this makes me feel great, which in turn scares me, because I don't actually want her life to go into shambles. But I can't help feeling euphoric when I learn something in her life is falling apart. Both children are living with me, as they don't view their mother in a favorable light at all right now. I'm thinking about having the talk about them going to talk to her, because as of now, they refuse. The part that breaks my heart the most is that my daughter seems to be overcompensating her role as a daughter. She makes sure to tell me how much she loves me, and it is in essence, being the perfect daughter. But I can tell it's because she knows that she isn't biologically mine, but she desperately wants me to know how much she values me. I'm actually going to talk to her tonight about that, to tell her that she doesn't have to act differently. I just really want to know how to shake the sadness and angry, vindictive feelings. I want to move forward as well as help my children move forward so they can worry about school and being teens. Update. My daughter and I are both in therapy. I am taking the advice of my therapist and am not going to force my kids to talk to their mother. They are old enough to understand the gravity of the situation and have their own feelings about it. They will need to take their own time gathering up how they feel and dealing with it, with any help they need from me, of course. The pain my daughter is going through seems to have healed somewhat. I've gotten her to fully believe that my love for her will never change and that she will always be my daughter. Her pain seems not to be about our relationship anymore, but her newly found trust issues and trauma from the family being broken apart. She's also confided in me that she feels like it's all her fault, and that if she never brought the kid home, the family would still be together. I hugged her and let her know that none of this was her fault, and that she was only looking to do something fun with the family. She had no idea what would happen, and that she should never blame herself. I've had one conversation with my STBXW, in which she begged and pleaded with me to forgive her, and that she would cherish me for the rest of her life. She said it was stupid, it meant nothing, and that she regrets it 100%. She also said that she believes our love can withstand it. I told her that if our love was that strong, she wouldn't have felt the need to find sexual comfort in someone else. She is currently staying with her parents. I'd communicated with her sister, and apparently, she's borderline suicidal. They are trying to get her help, but she refuses, as the only thing she wants to do is see me and the children. Because of this, I'm waiting to serve her the divorce papers. I don't want to add on any more things to destroy her mental health. I've brought up talking to her with my son and daughter, to which they adamantly refused. I'm going to respect their wishes and give them their own time to cope. I have this nagging feeling that she does not actually care about how it made any of us feel, and that she only cares about the fact that she's about to lose her picture-perfect family and the comfortable life that we had, and that it's her fault. I have no desire to try to fix the relationship and move forward. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.